Welcome back to the program. Now, learning music in school usually starts with learning the recorder or just by simply singing songs.
That's right. But in Canada, it's different. Students actually start with a musical instrument, ukulele, and that's because the instrument is inexpensive, it's small in size, and it's easy to learn.
In fact, the popularity of the ukulele has gone beyond its Portuguese roots. This Sunday, Lebanon is attempting to break the current world record of 901 ukuleles played in one spot all at the same time.
Well, let's find out the appeal of this four-string instrument. And with us, we have James Hill, a professional ukulele player, with Glenn Chan and Simon Mock, who are co-founders of the ukulele movement in Singapore. Very good morning to all of you.
Morning.
Morning. So, James, you were here last year with your ukulele. You're back again this time, and this time for another concert with in Singapore.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to showcase this time around?
Well, this time around, we had the concert there on Tuesday, and it was another chance for me to show people what we do with the ukulele in Canada, and some of the differences between the Canadian style and the Hawaiian style, of course, and you know, some original compositions.
Did you actually grow up playing this in school?
Did.
Did you learn this in school?
Yeah.
What was the first thing you learned in school with the ukulele?
I learned the song 5'2". Have you heard of that?
Okay,
It
nope.
goes. Etc. etc. Very simple.
5'2", 5'2". Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got to start somewhere.
But last year when you came, your mission was to raise awareness, and this time you're back. Did you see a difference in, you know, the reception or maybe
Oh,
the
for sure.
interest?
Yeah. Well, first of all, there were a lot more people there. Because the message, and you know what these guys have been doing to spread the word in Singapore has really made a big difference. In only a year, we've seen a huge growth in the community.
Well, Glenn and Simon, I mean, you guys are co-founders of the ukulele movement here in Singapore. What got you started, Glenn? What got you started with this instrument?
Quite by accident, actually. Yeah, we stumbled upon the instrument about slightly more than a year ago. Someone showed us a video on YouTube, and we're like, what is that instrument? I've never seen it before, and it looks easy to play. So I got obsessed and keep watching more and more videos of that, and Simon decided to get one for me for Christmas. Yeah, so yeah, we started playing then, and we thought this would be something fantastic for everyone in Singapore, since it's not so known in this part of the world.
Prior to that, were you playing any musical instruments as well?
We tried learning the guitar.
Is this easier than the guitar?
Way easier.
Simon? So you bought one for Glenn, but you didn't think about picking it up yourself?
Not at that time.
Yeah.
But when it came, I played with it, you know. It came with a little instruction book, and she finished it in like half an hour.
Really?
So,
Really?
That easy to pick it up?
Wow.
It was that easy. So anybody, I mean, all our friends who saw it just fell in love with the sound, you know, the ease
And
of playing.
there was only one, so everyone had to like take a chance. I mean, take a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting instrument. It's so small in size. It's like a mini guitar. I mean, that must have attracted your attention. But what got you hooked into it? Because you actually started a movement.
It's something really achievable. You see, you can play something pretty decent in a short amount of time, and it makes you want to play more and try harder and play something better. Yeah, so that's
It's so lovely
how
and
got us,
cute.
how
I
it
mean,
got
look
us
at
going.
it.
I think it's significant that it brings people together. You know, ukulele players like to hang out with each other and make music together, and that's something that we are losing more in our culture, and this gives us a chance to get that back.
Well, I'm looking at your different instruments, and they all are different sizes, different types, I assume?
Yes, yeah.
How are they different? I guess the sound is different. Is that it?
The sound
Yeah, well, this is a tenor size, which is the biggest size that's tuned in this way. A big sound ringing out. This one would be
that's a soprano.
different sound.
Pineapple.
And this is a Pineapple Sunday. It's also a tenor.
Pineapple
Sunday?
Yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah.
And you got one more in the corner there. Is
This one
is
is
that
quite
juicy
special.
fruit?
This is a thin line. We take it on our travels, you know, all over the world. I mean, when we
travel
visit,
model. Half the usual
festivals,
thickness.
yeah. So
It's already small. I don't know how small
it
it
is
can
quite
get.
small.
Yeah.
Not a lot of room.
What's
for
it
all
sound
those
like?
images.
Can you get a strum? I see, I see.
So, I mean, what are the difference about these types? Is it just in size and the sounds? I mean, besides that, do you use different instruments for different, I don't know, pieces?
Yeah, when I travel around the world, I take 4 ukuleles with me because to have a different different colors, different sound colors. Different woods have different qualities of sound. So you get used to that after a while, and you can't just have one ukulele. You have to, people who get into ukulele. That's right. Yeah, they collect them.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier that Canada or Canadian and Hawaiian ukulele playing is somewhat different. How is that different?
Well, there's in Hawaii, of course, they have the Hawaiian tradition of singing and playing. The ukulele is very much an accompaniment instrument. More recently, it's become more of a solo instrument. But I think in Canada, we put more of an emphasis on sort of orchestral ukulele playing, where we have groups of students or groups of adults playing in sort of like a big band or like an orchestra, and that's a slightly different approach.
Actually, is it being accepted as an orchestral instrument? Because a lot of people will say, oh, we don't consider it a classical instrument.
It's getting there. It's a very young instrument. When you compare it to almost any other instrument, the ukulele is only about 120 years old, which is very young. So it's still a teenager in the musical instrument world. So it's getting there. But the ukulele movement, these kinds of efforts are helping a lot.
What about in Singapore, Simon?
Yeah.
Is there a unique ukulele playing style here? I don't know. Do we do something that's a bit different from the rest of the world? A local version?
No, it's the same. I think it's the same throughout the world. I mean, we use the C tuning as opposed to the D tuning in Canada. Yeah, but the playing style is, is quite similar.
Can you play any song, or are some songs not possible on the ukulele?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're James Hill, you can play any song.
Okay.
We did some techno and drum and bass and of course classical music as well. Yeah.
You can do techno? You can do... Yeah?
You want to give it a shot?
No. No, I did some at the concert on Tuesday, because you need a big sound system to make it work. But you'd be amazed. People are always amazed the versatility of the instrument. I have not found a style yet that can't be played on the ukulele.
Well, how much has the fan base grown right here in Singapore when it comes to ukulele? Have you noticed a surge?
Yes, yeah. We started with like 20 on our Facebook page. Now we're close to 3,000.
Wow.
So yeah, within a year or so. Yeah.
Give us a rough idea. How much does a typical ukulele cost on average? A simple one, for instance.
Well, it starts from as cheap as like $60, but a fairly good average, decent one would be about 200.
So
100 to 200.
About 100 to 200 Singapore dollars.
Yeah.
And when you're shopping for one, what do you look out for actually? What are the things that you should note?
These have strings.
Well, loads of things.
Yeah.
You just have to keep trying different instruments until you find the one that feels right, and you'll know it when you find one that feels good to you. You'll know.
It's like
it.
the shoe that fits.
That's right.
You may never find it. That's why you start a collection.
Yeah.
Is that so for you guys? I mean, like Glyn, the one that you have, is this your favorite ukulele?
Well, it's my favorite on certain occasions. On certain occasions.
So how many do you have, since you said you started a collection and then you are on the journey?
I think
to
right
find
now
the
between the
perfect
two of us, about 22.
22.
Yes,
Thereabout.
Wow.
thereabouts.
It's like, what goes with this dress? This or that,
That's very important.
What about maintaining the instrument? I mean, what does it take? Is it easy? You just store it away, or do you need to fine tune it every now and then?
No, it's pretty low maintenance. I mean, with the guitar, for example, you have to change the strings regularly. With the ukulele, you have to change the strings maybe once a year, maybe.
Yeah.
So-
People play it for 20 years.
yeah, it's very low maintenance, which is one of the great things about
Oh,
it.
James, can I borrow your ukulele for this moment?
very
I was
Yes, it
afraid.
is.
I know it's like a
But-
$2 million ukulele
It's
or
precious
something.
usually because there's an emotional
So you say
attachment to
it does have a very, resort feel kind of sound.
Yeah,
It's like-
very tropical.
Yeah, like a very Hawaiian feel, after all.
I can
it's
make a song, just strumming away.
Yeah.
Don't know what I'm doing, but they say it's easy to play. Okay.
You should join the movement. And
Yeah.
I think you already have joined the movement. You
It
just
does
joined it.
feel, I can see why it would be a happy, sort of nice, relaxing way.
Yeah, it has that plucky, upbeat sound to it. So I suppose, that's the kind of mood that you want to play out with an instrument like that.
Okay.
Not ballad style or
No,
blues. I
no.
wouldn't go with that.
Yeah, it doesn't work so well with sad music. But what we're going to do is we're going to let you guys, I'll give this back to you because we'd like you to play a bit for us as we wrap up the show, but we'll just say goodbye first. So thanks a lot, guys, for coming in.
Thank you.
This morning.
Thank you.
Thanks
James
very much.
Hill, Glyn Chan and Simon Mok, all supporters of the ukulele movement in Asia, and they will be closing the show for us with a tune from the three of them.
Yeah, what tune is this? What are you going to play?
We're going to play a little bit of Sway, which is it's called Sway. Michael Bublé just did a version of this.
That's
because
nice.
if you ask the
Actually,
locals, sway means something else. Right? Like
Okay.
sway is like not so good, you know. Very sway,
Right.
very unlucky, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it might be. Yeah. There we go.
All right. On that note, we'll say goodbye for Primetime Morning this Thursday, 19th of August. Of course, we're back tomorrow with another exciting show.
Well, have a great day ahead. Let's listen in.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway, like the lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close and sway me more, like a flower bending in the breeze. Dance with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Here we go. Other dancers may be on the floor, but my eyes, dear, will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violence long before it begins. Make me thrill